Welcome back to True Blue for You. If this is your first time tuning in, please subscribe below. It's that red button. You can't miss it. It takes about 1 second, less than 1 second actually, to subscribe. And if you already subscribed, you are appreciated. And if you like this video, a thumbs up. Even if you give me a thumbs down, either way, I know that you watched, so you're appreciated. So this particular one I want to talk about, like I mentioned before, I wanted to talk about our family vacation that we went on. And this is a 2-part video, so I wanted to tie everything all together. So I feel like there is a misconception on spoiling your kids rotten and showing them a better life that you had. So like I feel like in any good parent and any real parent, that is just like the main thing that they want to do. Because regardless of, even if you had the best childhood ever, or you had the richest parents ever, there's something that you felt that you lacked that you wanted. So therefore, I feel like parents, whatever that was, you're going to overcompensate with that with your actual child or your children that you have. But make sure there's a balance. I feel like it is a necessity to me. And like I'm going to say this. Every household is different. There's going to be, and every household has different values or whatever. But I feel like it's good, even if it's not like, you don't have to spend money or like a lot of money and go. Like I said, we went to Disney. The kids went on a cruise to Jamaica. They went to the Bahamas. You don't even have to do all that. You can go like whatever, to each his own. If you want to go camping, if you want to go to visit animals, or like the Grand Canyon or whatever, just like traveling and experiencing the world. I feel like exposure to as much as you can to your children, I feel like is so valuable, because there's so much to life that I feel like I wasn't exposed to until I got older. Like I heard about these things, but I wasn't exposed to it. I didn't get to touch it. I didn't get to breathe it. I didn't get to see it with my own eyes. I didn't get that experience as a child. So therefore, me, I love to travel, and I love my kids to travel, and make sure there's a balance between you get your family vacation and your adulting vacation. Make sure you get that too. But it's a situation that occurred recently with my child, one of my children, and just in general, my youngest too, because honestly, like I need her to understand, and she's gonna know that there's still there's a balance. Like naturally, I don't want anybody to tell me, don't argue with me with that my kids aren't spoiled, blah blah blah, because as a parent, you naturally want to spoil them because you love them. You don't want to disappoint them, one, and you just love to see their smile. And like for Christmas, like for instance, my 13-year-old was like really hard to shop for. Like the older she's getting, the more harder it is to shop for her, because one, she is into like electronics, and I'm gonna plug in my charger right now because I don't want it to like die or whatever. Like she's into electronics and like social, like she had like Snapchat and all that 13-year-olds are into and stuff. So it was a little bit harder because all she asked for is a cell phone. So like at that point, when am I still gonna get her? Like I know my child, she's into clothes, she wanted Uggs, and I know she's gonna want a new outfit to go back to school in. So like I did that, and like to see, and my other daughter, she's into baby doll. Like she's super fun to shop for and super easy to shop for. Although the freaking reborn doll that I did not know was handmade. The hair is hand threaded. They have to wait for the kid to come. They have to put the doll, they hand paint the doll to the complexion you want it. It was just this whole complicated thing. And the doll was 3 weeks late, and I had to write a letter from the elf because mommy didn't do her research. That's another story. But I was disappointed because I disappointed my baby because she asked for that. And like, but to see their smiles on Christmas, to see their smiles, and I feel like that's a reflection of like, to know, like to see them happy and to know that I made them happy. I feel like that's a reflection of me, of how I thought of them, and how much I love them. It doesn't always have to be materialistic thing, but it just so happened Christmas, and that's like the most materialistic holiday ever. So, so I just use that example because Christmas just passed and my daughter got a cell phone, like I mentioned before. And like the requirement before, she had got her, excuse me, I have a headache out of nowhere. The requirement for her to get a cell phone, she had to be passing everything. And a month before we went, a month before Christmas, we went to Disney, like I said before. And I'm gonna do a 2-part video because I keep mentioning I'm talking about the vacation and like a balance between like with the parenting thing, because I'm going to show the pictures in the next video and go into the whole Disney experience, but I want to talk about like the balance of like people. I don't feel like people should be so quick to judge, or there's no textbook way of how you're supposed to raise your children, because every child is different, one. And any parents that have multiple children will understand that. And every freaking parent is different, and their values and their morals and what they're teaching their kids and what they're trying to instill their kids are maybe a little bit different than the other household that's next door to you, or even the household that you grew up in. It's a little bit different. So therefore, I don't feel like parents should, or not parents, but like anybody, don't take what other people say or what other people do to heart, because whatever you're doing and you're putting your best foot forward and you feel like your kids are happy and they got clothes on their back, they got food in their belly, shoes on their feet, and they're going to school and they're doing good in school and good in life, then you're doing good, sis. You're doing good, bro. Like, or grandma, whoever's raising that child, all right? Don't let other people tell you how you're supposed to be raising your child. Period. And secondly, so with the spoiling your child situation, it's not, I don't feel like, okay, maybe it is spoiling, but like I said before, you naturally want to see your kids happy. You love to see your kids smile. That's part of your happiness, is your kids' happiness when you become a parent. So you just do it. It is what it is. You don't want to disappoint your kids. You don't want to see them upset, and you get them what they want sometimes, but you still got to make sure there's a balance. If they're not doing what they're supposed to do, you don't get it. Or like for this Disney trip, for instance, the kids knew that we were planning this trip 10 minutes before we went on the trip, and they knew they can't miss school. They had to be passing because I'm going to pull them out for a whole week, and they had to be passing. Okay. So for my daughter's instance, she get her cell phone because she was doing whatever I told her, or so I thought. She was doing whatever I thought I told her I was requiring her to do to get this cell phone. So she gets the cell phone, and I get a write-up. And I called the school because her story didn't match teachers, and I just wanted to know, and I'm telling her what's going on. And I was like, I wanted to question the teacher too, because why did this boy take my daughter's cell phone? But that's another story. But I'm just saying, I called the school, and it was meant for me to call the school. So I asked them, how's my daughter doing in school? Mind you, her bill's due next week, so I knew what I was doing. God knew what he was doing. I call, I get her grades. Sis isn't doing good. So when I picked her up, I had some choice words for that little girl. For one, I had to break it down to her. Mommy goes to work Monday through Friday, just like you go to school Monday through Friday, right? And my job, it has a requirement for me to do X, Y, and Z. And if I don't do X, Y, and Z, and I just decide maybe I'm going to just skip X, Y, and I'm just going to do Z, I may get away for it, get away with it for a little bit, but not for too long, and I'm gonna get fired. And guess what? We don't have a roof over our head because we can't afford this. We can't take nice trips. You can't get nice things, and we'll be homeless with no food, and like the rest just goes down. It's a trickle effect from there. So I said, so look at it this way. I'm your boss because I pay your cell phone bill. So that's like a payment, right? And like anything that you want to do, because as a parent, technically all they got to do is give you the necessities, like a room to sleep on, a healthy environment for you to be in, a room or a bed to sleep on, clean clothes on your back, food in your stomach, the bare minimum. I can do that. But if you want extras, you want designer clothes, you want your nails done, you want the newest shoes, you want the Uggs. Uggs are expensive. You want your cell phone bill paid. You want the newest cell phone at that. And then I have to pay the bill. Now that's where your boss comes in as me. I'm your boss. So therefore, if you didn't do X, Y, and Z, which sis, it's only for you to get good grades, you're not getting paid. So therefore, sis don't have a cell phone this month. Sis didn't get her cell phone paid. And thank God I ain't put my freaking name on that and got her on my line, and I got her like one of those prepaid line like plans or whatever, because that would mess up my credit. And I want her to prove that. So if she wanted the latest phone, like, which I could have gotten her, it would have been nothing. But like, she hasn't proven that to me, and like, I'm glad I didn't for this instance, because I'm not going to keep paying on a phone, paying for a phone, and paying for the phone bill for a child that's not going to be consistent with. She has 2 requirements. She has to do good, well, 3, do good in school, do her chores, and be respectful. And I feel like she kind of didn't do all 3 of them. Well, like the chores, like, yeah, she's pretty good with that. But like the other 2, like school, that's like that's up there. Then her chores. No, be respectful. No, school, be respectful is like right here. And then her chores is down there. So I don't know. Like having a teen is like a whole different type of ball game. But with vacations, like I mentioned before, I feel like for you guys to experience like a new environment, like I said, you can go camping anywhere. Just you're having that family time, that travel time, like all that. The kids will appreciate that. They'll remember that. And like I said before, like naturally you try to overcompensate your kids for stuff that you lacked. And then like whatever my child felt like she lacked as a child, she'll probably try to do that more with her children, and that's fine. And like there is real, like I said, there's no manual. There's no like when you're taking a driving test or you get a job. That's like they literally threw us into a job where we have no experience in and expect us to do good, but we're just winging this. Honestly, like all parents, like even parents of adults and their relationships, because like how do you parent an adult that's already a parent or something like that? You know what I mean? So like my child, like you can read all the books you want, but every child is different. Every household is different. Like it's a complicated situation, and like you just got to be careful of how you tread with when you come, and how you address situations when you're talking to parents, or like me as a parent or any parent. Like honestly, like I said before, if you're putting your best foot forward and you're doing what you know you are supposed to do, don't let nobody knock that. It is what it is. But I just wanted to tie all that together with like spoiling your kids and like requirements, and because I don't want my kids to have the misconception of them just having a good lifestyle with no requirements. And that's why I want them to understand. That's why I said like I'm her boss, because technically I am. If you want your cell phone bill paid, sis, I'm not going to just pay it with bad behavior and bad grades. That's a dub completely. I'm not doing that. That's not going to happen. If you think that you're going to go on vacation with us and do bad in school and I'm gonna pull you out of school for a week, that's a dub. That's not gonna happen either. So like both my kids know what the requirements are and is to go participate on vacations. Like you don't have to work for it and save for it, bust your ass for it, but you do kind of like, it depends on the child. And I want my kids to know too, like make a balance when they get older. Like there's like people, like older adults in my family that I feel like they deserve vacations, but they won't take one. And I feel like they're cheating themselves, because there's so much to life, and like you work so hard for what? You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying like go out and overextend like and go on this elaborate vacation that you might come home to no lights. I'm just saying like do something. A staycation is good. I will tell you that, to rest or whatever. And I do pick some holidays and when I'll take off. Like I took off for April, and I was thinking about just staying home, but my daughter's birthday is that freaking week. So I don't know about getting any rest that week, but I'm just saying a staycation is very important too, to get caught up in rest and relaxation and just get back into you, but and like out of work and like travel, because travel sometimes you need a vacation from that vacation. And I did when I came back from Disney. It took me a couple weeks. Like I had baby showers and other stuff to do. Like seriously, that same week I came back. I came back on Friday, had a baby shower, and then birthday parties, and then Christmas came. So I was like, I think my body shut down. I ended up getting the flu when I came back from Christmas. Like I mentioned before in my other video, I was sick. Like my body shut down. Like I was tired. And sometimes you just need a vacation. I think that was God's way of telling me, motherfucker, sit the fuck down and get some rest. Because I did. I was tired the whole vacation. I was sick and miserable and in bed the whole vacation. But make a balance, like I'm saying, like everything everything is a circle, and there has to be a balance. Like this half of the circle is 180 and this is 180, and it has to be a balance, right? It has to be equal and it has to be a balance. So you need a balance of rest, and like this is going to be work and vacation, and then this is going to be like sleep and relaxation and getting in tune with you. And then this is a first circle. This is healthy, full circle. I'm trying to make it as like round as I can, but I can't. Maybe I should have had a ball. But like, yeah, you really do need that. And I'm going off topic about the kids and stuff. But like for them, I want them to understand that with life, there are requirements, there are bills, there are necessities. Like even if my kids decide to go to college, get their business degree and get their own business straight out of college because they're that lucky and they're that talented. Okay, it can happen. But until then, you still got teachers, you might have a job you have to do because mommy can't support you all through college either. But you're going to have stuff that you have to do and people you have to answer to. And there's different levels to it. Yeah, there's different levels. But like at the end of the day, when it all boils down to, I want my kids to have an exquisite taste for life. And me, as much as I can expose them to what is around them, the life that's around them, as much as time we can get out the country, as much as states we can visit, I want them to be experienced, and I want them to know. And every time we go on trips, I promise you, when I be like, you guys are having fun, or we're like on a layover on the way home, like you guys are having fun, like you guys got to keep this up. You guys, all you got to do is go to school, and I'll tell them about my mistakes. And like, yes, last week, me and my daughter, we had a seafood night, and I was telling my daughter, like, you think a lot of time when I'm telling you like to do good in school, and technically you don't really have to go to get a trade to learn anything or to work for someone else. I'm not saying to go get a job to work for another man or another woman. I'm saying you could go to school and work for yourself. And like, you like those little trips that mommy and your dad take you on, I want you guys to keep that up. Do you like them? Yes, I love them. My daughter loved one of my daughters loved Jamaica, the other one loved going to the Bahamas. Whatever, to each his own. Like, I want you to experience the whole world, so you know there's so much more to this world to offer. And like, I can't even show you half of it. And we could have been doing this sooner. You know what I mean? And like, I just want you guys to keep this up. And I'm not always going to be around, and I'm not always going to do this for you. When you guys are older and in college, I'm going to be going on vacations dolo. Not dolo, but, I'm going to be and my boyfriend going to be, like, they're going to be calling us for college. Like, we coming home this weekend. No, we out the country, boo. That's my plan, I promise. I love traveling. I can't wait. But I do love traveling with my kids, and I feel like the more you do it and the more exposure they get to like different cultures, it's just gonna mold them into like just cultured kids. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it, but they do know that mommy works hard for it, and I always put that little bug in their ear. I'm always that little bug in my Keishari's ear, because she's older. You do good in school. You can get whatever you want. Do good in school. Get a good job. Become your own boss, but you still got to go to school. And you can do whatever you want. The sky's the limit. Like, don't let ever anybody minimize what you can contribute, because only you know. I'm going off topic again, but I am going to share the pictures and talk about our Disney trip in the next video. But I felt like this was more of a necessity to discuss regarding the balance, because this is a situation I feel like I'm going through right now with my daughter and understanding. So like, I feel like I'm gonna write a contract with her. I talked about this with somebody, a friend of mine, and I'm going to have her sign a contract, and we're going to really make this job thing official, so she understands. Like, sis, okay, I'm gonna sit her down. Like, okay, so based off of this, I'm gonna have this little notebook. Based off of this, check. You did this, you did this, you did this. Okay, you get your cell phone paid. You did this, you did this, you did this. Okay, so we can have a little date night with you and your friend. Okay. Oh, on another note, you didn't do this, you didn't do this. Okay, give me the cell phone, and you're not getting it paid. That type of time. So I'm gonna try that. I put it to her with that perspective. We'll see with her next report card that comes out next week, if that worked. If you guys have any suggestions on any like disciplinary actions or any ideas besides the one I just said, because this is a new thing I'm doing, comment below. And if you guys have any stories or any good vacation spots you guys think that me and my family should try after we do this next Disney vacation, comment below too, or share your vacation experience. Either way, thumbs up, thumbs down. You paying me, you showing me some love. I appreciate it. And subscribe if you have not already. Thank you for tuning in. Have a good night.